Look closely. The smoke rising here isn't just fire. It's the sign of a new kind of war, one fought not by armies in the fields, but by silent machines in the sky. Russia's drones have turned Ukraine cities into battlegrounds, rewriting the rules of modern warfare. For centuries, wars were fought with rifles, tanks, and trenches. But today, the battlefield has moved above our heads. Drones, once tools for hobbyists, are now weapons of precision. They strike without warning, guided from miles away, dropping explosives with deadly accuracy. They are cheap, they are fast, and they are almost impossible to stop. This isn't just on the front lines. Drone strikes now reach deep into civilian life. Universities once filled with students are scarred by craters. City centers once alive with families stand silent, their windows shattered, their streets covered in ash. The line between soldier and civilian has been erased. Behind every column of smoke is a family displaced. A student without a classroom, a neighborhood without power. Imagine studying one week and watching your university burn the next. Drones don't just destroy buildings. They destroy memories, they shatter livelihoods. They break the rhythm of daily life. Why are drones the weapon of choice? They are fast, they are cheap. And they can be launched in swarms, overwhelming defenses. One drone may cost a few $1,000s. To stop it might take a missile worth hundreds of thousands. It's an uneven battle, one designed to exhaust the defender. But Ukraine is not standing still. Air defense systems scan the skies. Soldiers and volunteers learn to jam, intercept, even shoot drones down with rifles. The world is watching, because this battlefield is a preview of wars to come. Every strike, every defense. It's not just Ukraine's lesson, it's humanity's lesson. When we see smoke rising, it's easy to think only of destruction. But in Ukraine, smoke also means resilience. Communities clear rubble, rebuild homes, and carry on with life. Russia's drones may strike from above, but Ukraine's spirit rises from the ashes. History is being written not with ink, but with drones. But this war is more than just missiles and machines. It is a laboratory of the future. Every drone launched over Ukraine is not just an attack, it is a test. A test of how wars will be fought in the decades to come. The world is watching. Military strategists from Washington, London, and Beijing analyze every strike. They study the footage, measure the impact, and redraw their battle plans. Because Ukraine is not only fighting for its survival, it is showing the world the future of warfare. And that future is terrifying. Imagine swarms of drones, not 10, not 20, but hundreds. Each one smaller than a suitcase, armed with explosives, guided not by human pilots, but by artificial intelligence. 1,000 machines moving together, like a flock of birds, overwhelming defenses by sheer numbers. One operator, one computer, one swarm unleashed into the skies. How do you stop that? The old answers no longer work. Radar systems can be blinded, missiles are too expensive, and even the best trained soldiers can't shoot them all down. It is the economics of exhaustion. Drones costing a few $1,000s force defenders to spend hundreds of thousands to stop them. This is not just war, it is war as business strategy. A battle of balance sheets as much as battlefields. Yet amid this clash of technology, the human spirit still defines the outcome. In Ukraine's small towns, civilians improvise. Farmers mount machine guns onto pickup trucks. Volunteers build homemade jamming devices to disrupt drone signals. In basements, families huddle together, praying for silence in the skies. What Russia hopes to break with drones, Ukraine answers with resilience. Consider the story of a teacher in Kharkiv. Her school reduced to rubble, she gathers her students in a damp basement. Above, the sharp whine of drones cuts through the air, explosions rumble in the distance. She takes a piece of chalk, draws on the cracked concrete wall, and begins a lesson. Her voice steady, her hands trembling. Do not be afraid, she tells the children. And for that brief hour, in that basement, knowledge defeats fear. Drones can shatter walls, but they cannot silence courage. The battle between drones and humans is also a battle of imagination. Every day, new tactics are tested. In some cases, Ukrainians fly their own drones to intercept Russian ones mid-air. Machine fighting machine. In other cases, soldiers use simple hunting rifles, taking shots into the sky, praying for luck. It may sound primitive, but sometimes it works. And yet, the deeper question lingers. If drones can change the face of war in Ukraine, what happens when they spread? What happens when small nations, or even non-state groups, adopt the same methods? What happens when drones fill the skies not over battlefields, but over cities like London, New York, or Lagos? This war is not contained, it is a warning. A preview of what is to come. For Russia, drones are not only weapons, they are symbols of dominance. They send a message: we can reach you anywhere, anytime. But for Ukraine, every drone downed, every city rebuilt, is its own message: we will not be broken. The clash between these two visions, domination and defiance, will decide not only Ukraine's future, but perhaps the future of global conflict itself. And so, as smoke continues to rise over Ukrainian cities, the question remains: are we witnessing the end of old warfare, or the birth of something far more dangerous? As we look back at history, one truth stands out: every empire, no matter how powerful, eventually faces decline. From the Roman legions marching across Europe, to the British fleets ruling the seas, to the modern superpowers shaping global politics, the cycle of rise and fall never truly changes. But here lies the question: are we simply repeating the same story over and over, or are we writing a new chapter? Technology, global connectivity, and shifting alliances are changing the rules faster than ever before. What once took centuries to unfold can now happen in decades, or even years. The world we live in is fragile, unpredictable, yet full of opportunities. Today's decisions will shape tomorrow's realities. And as nations rise, rivalries deepen, and new powers emerge, the echoes of history remind us: no empire lasts forever. The real question is not if change will come, but how ready we are to face it.